Hi everyone, today we're talking about healing. It's a pretty sensitive subject, so just grab a tea or a coffee or whatever and make sure you're cozy, and let's get right to it. First things first, healing isn't something that just magically happens overnight. It's not a destination that we need to get to as quickly as we can. It's much rather a lifelong process. Like, as long as or me, are alive, there's most likely always going to be something that we need to work on or heal. So my first advice to you is to be patient with yourself. Don't try to rush the process because it can't be rushed. Don't try to, push yourself or like too hard. Don't pressure yourself that you have to heal as quickly as you can, because that's just gonna make it a lot worse. Give yourself the time and space that you personally need to heal. From my experience, it's taken me over a decade of healing that I feel like now I'm finally coming to a point where I don't actually just constantly dislike myself or judge myself or, hate myself for just who I am. First actual step that I have for you is to make sure that you have someone you can talk to. Talking about what you've been through is, in my opinion, one of the most healing practices that we can all do. Because if you're actually able to talk about what you've been through, that lets you or allows you to release all that stuck energy and that stuck pressure that you've been carrying inside of you. It's like opening up a valve to a pressure tank that's like way over pressure and finally being able to release some of that pressure. And whether it's a therapist that you talk to or a friend or a family member or your partner, that really doesn't matter. All that matters is that you have someone you can trust in. And it needs to be like a safe space. Like, you need to really feel safe with that person and really feel like they hear what you're saying, because otherwise it's not really going to work. It's not going to allow you to fully open up and really share your trauma and your pain with somebody else. Personally, I started therapy when I was like 12. My school actually made me go to therapy because I used to harm myself and they could like see the fresh wounds because I didn't even bother to really hide it. So they made me go to like conventional therapy and I absolutely hated it. Like, it wasn't for me, like, at all. I just felt like the therapist wasn't actually helping me. So then later, my mother sent me to her shaman. And I know this might sound weird to some of you, but my shaman, Regina, was actually the first person that I felt like she was actually hearing me and actually helping me work through my pain. So if you're like me and conventional therapy isn't, the right fit for you, go look for alternative approaches because they're out there and, you might be different than other people. My next advice to you is to start going into nature more. There is something so calming and soothing about immersing yourself in nature that has helped me heal so much. I feel like nature really helps us to calm down and remember what's really important in life. Like, when I first started to deeply heal is also the time when I spent way more time in nature than I used to. And spending more time in nature really helped me to find that deeper connection again to nature and life, and it showed me that I'm not constantly all alone. It showed me that I'm actually loved and that something or someone is actually really taking care of me. The next really important step is to accept what's happened. In my opinion, this is one of the most important steps if you are dedicated to your healing journey, because making peace with what happened is so essential in clinical therapy, they have this term of radical acceptance, which means to radically accept everything that you've experienced, no matter what it is. Because if you're still holding on to grudges from the past, or if you're still blaming yourself or somebody else for your trauma or your pain, if you're still rejecting it, if you're still, running away from it, that just makes it worse. It's like an extra serving of pain on top of an already huge plate of pain. So the only thing it really does, it just makes it worse. And, the situation's already pretty bad. Like, we don't need to make it any worse, right? But depending on what you've been through, I understand that can be extremely challenging and hard because, some people, yeah. But it is so important, just trust me on this, because if you don't say yes to what's happened, what's gonna happen is you're just gonna try to push it down into your subconscious. But the thing is, that doesn't make it disappear or go away. The only thing that does is that you're not conscious of it anymore, but your subconscious still is. And your subconscious wants you to resolve your pain. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna push it back up and create situations or moments in life where you are faced with whatever you're trying to deny or reject. So again, like, if you try to push it down, if you try to make it go away, it's really just gonna do one thing, and it's gonna make it even worse in the long run, because there's no getting out of it. The only way to truly deeply heal is to go through it. Like, go through the pain, through the trauma, make your way through it, and coming out at the other end is the only way. There's no, just brushing it off. Like, that's just not how deep healing works. And my last suggestion to whoever needs to hear this right now is to start working with psychedelics. Because most people who have had experiences with psilocybin or LSD or ayahuasca or DMT or, whatever, most of them have had tremendous healing journeys or healing benefits from those experiences. So don't just be stupid and do whatever. Like, make sure that you talk to somebody first, that you consult somebody that has had experiences with these things and can guide you through the process so you're not alone, because that might just make it worse too. But there's a really big potential there to have more healing happen, because most of us are just so disconnected from ourselves nowadays. Like, we don't even really feel our pain anymore. We have no access to it anymore because we're constantly so distracted and absolutely overstimulated with everything that's going on and everything that's just like thrown at us. So it can really just help you open up those portals again of, hey, like, what is this feeling inside of me? Or, hey, where does it actually come from? And how do I even heal it? Like, it's not just gonna help you remember that something's there, but it's also gonna show you a way how to heal it. And like I said, please consult with somebody that you know and that you trust in to maybe give you a few tips and tricks on how to get started. I might do another video later about it, but that will be too much for now. And there's obviously still, so much more to say about healing. This is just one of many videos to come. It's a very sensitive subject, and please remember, like, what works for you or what works for me might be completely different. Like, we're all so unique in our ways that even our healing journeys are gonna be drastically different from one another. Again, like, what works for somebody else might not work for you, so don't compare yourself to other people. Really just find and do, what you need to do in order to heal. And in that sense, I wish you the best for your healing journey and much love to you. And please let me know down below what it is that you're currently working on or what you've worked on and what are things that have actually helped you. I'll be really curious to have a communication or conversation with you.